If you're looking for a quick way to tell whether or not students are engaging with your syllabus, I've got a simple tip that can help you get some insight into whether or not students are giving it a quick glance, really reading through it, or repeatedly interacting with the document. Now, in order to use this tip, you're going to need to be running a version of Office that is from 2019 or later. You can also do this using an Office 365 subscription. So once you've got your syllabus finished as a Word document, what you're going to do is navigate over to the File tab, and then you're going to select the Transform option. Selecting Transform should take you back to your document, only this time on the right side menu, you're going to see an option that says Transform to a web page. Select whichever aesthetics work for your ultimate design needs, and then click the Transform button at the bottom of that menu, and that should automatically launch a Microsoft Sway. Microsoft Sway is going to convert that document into a web-based format, and so you'll get something very similar to this. I suggest when you get to this menu that you actually select the edit option before you try and share the content. There is a share button here, but the share button is a little bit different on this screen than it is on your actual edit menu. So once you're in the editing share option, I would suggest that you change your settings to allow anyone with the link to access the content, and that's just to eliminate any barriers that students may have regarding signing in to see content on a syllabus. This isn't particularly sensitive information. If you're choosing to place this inside of your learning management system, you're going to want to select the Get an Embed Code option. And that should launch a menu that has an embed code that you can then copy. I use the Blackboard Learning Management System, so if you're using Blackboard, you're going to want to select an item, open up your HTML editor, and then find the source code button, and you can then paste that embed code there, and that will embed this document directly into Blackboard. If you are more interested in sharing this content via email, you can select the Get a Visual link, and then you should get a menu like this where you can once again copy the visual link and paste it into an email. Now, up until this point, all we're doing is really sharing a file in a different format. So if you're interested in how this gives you information about whether or not students are engaging with the content, what you're going to want to do is go to sway.office.com. If you're using an Office 365 account, you're going to want to go ahead and sign into that account. You can also actually create a document or a sway directly on this website by starting from the Create a New option or start from a document, in which case you can upload a Word document. When you're on that screen, in order to see whether or not students are engaging with the content, what you want to do is click the Analytics option. And that's going to pull up every version of a sway that you have created. These analytics are telling you whether or not students are viewing the content. So you'll get a total number of views. You'll get the amount of time they're spending glancing over it, whether or not they're completely reading it or stopping halfway through. And then you'll get some insights about whether or not students are giving this a quick glance, whether or not they're doing a deep read, meaning they're going back over this content more than one time. And this is a good way to tell whether or not people are actually looking at it. If I'm using something like a PowerPoint or a set of class notes and I want to know, hey, are students actually struggling with this content? Are they even looking at the study guides that I'm creating? Using a sway is a great way to get that kind of insight about, is anyone actually interacting with this document? I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.